just a beautiful thing that we're able to share our strengths and hopes with you guys, and the families that are watching, or just people that are watching, just to have information and education on what's going on. You know what I mean? So you can see a better person than just, the alcoholic and the junkie. You know what I mean? We are human beings, and we still inside all that madness, that storm, is just getting that opportunity and in our hearts. I see you, Jeff. In our hearts to come back. You know what I mean? And you can come back stronger than ever and better than ever. But I can promise you for sure, when you do, I'm telling you, the love that you're going to see and feel for yourself is going to be magnificent. It is just, it's so, can you describe it? It's
what, the feeling of recovery?
Of recovery, yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's just beautiful.
It's life back.
Yes,
for
yes,
me.
Yes.
I just look in the mirror every day and just say how much God has given my life back, and I am now able to be me again. And I was looking so hard to find that person, and the closer I got to it, the further it got away. And that was all because of the addiction.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that disease is cunning, baffling, and
powerful. Yes.
Yeah, they love to hear me say that, y'all. Cunning, baffling, and powerful. I say it with that emphasis because that's what I feel about it. You have to stress it. Hey, Nye, my daughter, what's happening, y'all? Thanks for being on. Hey, Letty, so y'all, I pretty much is getting the podcast put together as well. I'm going to start having more professional filming. And I told you, you guys are doing a great thing for me, and I'm kind of looking forward to, hey, Breon, to, I've been offered to go on the Hulu channel, and I think that's a beautiful thing. I'm going to put this some hearts for that one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I got to step the game up just a little bit more, and I will. And even though the offer was offered to me, I'm still going to take it one day at a time, because this stuff is real, this technology stuff, it can get kind of stressful for me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting it done, but for the grace of God, so I'm really not in no rush. Long as we can have this day, you know what I mean, and you're enjoying it as well as I'm enjoying, all those kudos, you know what I mean, will come, and in time. I got some great guests coming up, y'all. It's going to be, I'm just excited about the guests, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be really, really, really awesome, so, and sometimes, like when some people can't show up, even if they make commitments, I don't want anybody to feel like I'm like, oh shit, oh damn. No, things happen, stuff happen. Me, I can go all night. You know what I mean? I'm going to make a conversation. We're going to have some information and education, So sometimes these things happen and I have no control of them, but I do try my best to get them to be on point. Everybody, I'm going to introduce my girl Sharon again. I'll let her tell you how we met, the whole 9 yards.
Oh,
you know what I mean? She told me she was nervous. I told her wait till she get to talking. That nervousness gonna go away, and all the awesome, look at all these hearts you're getting here. That's they applauding for you. You know what I mean? I am so excited for her. I am so grateful for her. I am so I have so much love for you. You know what I mean? Because she really fought hard, and she is now living in her truth, So, hey, who's that? Is that Tanya? Tyrone, hey, So I'm going to give this over to her so she can get down, because she got a lot she wants to talk about. Everybody, I'm going to give you Sharon. Let's give her some hearts. Let's applaud her and give her some hearts. Y'all know, push that heart button. Push that heart button. It means everything. So with that, here's Sharon, y'all.
Okay, like Miss Tracy said, I am terrified. I'm scared. When she asked me to come and sit on the couch, I really didn't know how to do it. I was scared. I was nervous. But I said to myself, how can I be scared or nervous at this point in my life? Being clean. But I never was scared or nervous to be out there copping, going through all that I had to get go through to get my drug of choice. I want to say, is that Patrice?
Hey, Tree!
That's Patrice. So I want to say that God has removed me from a table that I sat at, from the host that was feeding me the poison. And so with that, I want to give all praise and thanks to my God. I choose to call him Allah. God is God. Without his grace and mercy, I would not be here today. And I know that for a fact.
Absolutely.
I really don't really know how to share, so I'll just talk. So I can tell you in the beginning, as far as my family, I had a loving family. I didn't come from a broken home, and my parents gave me what their parents gave them. And I have two sisters. Nobody knew about addiction until it started with me. But to go back, I was in the church with my parents. When I turned 17, I had met this guy, and he was one of the biggest type drug dealers in Norristown. Not even a drug dealer. He was a B&E guy. He was a bank robber. And all that, to me, was life. I can tell you that the Sunday before I met him, I was in church with my mom.
Mm.
And he took my life and spun it around. So I was 17, then I was 25. And having all the things that shined, all the things that glittered, to me, that was life.
Mm-hmm.
We started hanging around certain type of people. So when drug dealers hang around drug dealers, you know, you only hang with them type of people that were getting money. Let me just say that. We're living the life.
You getting that money.
Getting that money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but let me say this: I'm currently doing 107 years in prison, and he didn't kill nobody. For a long time. So okay, so let me go back with him, because this is where it started. I was a church going girl, loving him, still loving my family, going through all the changes with being a drug dealer's girlfriend and putting the church life aside. Started hanging out, started going to parties, the happening parties, the in-crowd parties, and things like that. And I remember to this day how this thing started. And it goes like being with him, when people seen me, they saw him. Mm-hmm. If I was going to a club, or we were at clubbing, parties, things like that, it was something to me to hear our name on the microphone. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, this is life.
Girl.
I'm that girl. I'm my chick. It's Sheed and Sharon. Mm-hmm. So one day we were in the VIP. Now, mind you, so we're going in the dark time and coming out in the morning. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really know. So I'm thinking he's handling business and things like that. And then the girls, us girls, drug dealer girlfriends, we were with our men. We were fly, this thing, ever. But one day I'm sleeping. I couldn't hang. I'm sleeping. I'm like, how do all these people be in this place for so long, so many hours, and like able to stay up? I'm like, how? So I go to the bathroom, because he wakes me up. It's time to leave. Mm-hmm. And in the bathroom was the girls, and I seen them snort, like put something in their nose, and then hurry up and hide it, because I was the only one. Mm-hmm. I was the only oddball that didn't snort coke.
Right.
So
your drug of choice was cocaine?
At first.
Okay.
So I started snorting cocaine with them. And some of their boyfriends weren't as big as my boyfriend at that time. So I was stealing the drugs from him. Mm-hmm. So to me, cocaine was like a party drug. It was fun. At least I thought it was fun. It was fun then. So stealing drugs from him, to be in that crowd with these type of girls, made me that girl, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes plenty sense.
If that makes any sense.
Girl, it makes plenty sense.
So I got caught up in that. I got caught up in that lifestyle. So the beatings, the home invasions, all of that, the raids and things like that excited me. Mm. That excited me. I can tell you that I was held, caught. No, not caught. No, what happened was, people wanted to rob him, and he had gotten arrested. And they knew I had the money. So I can remember walking down the street, going to my mom's house, pregnant, and these guys, I knew because he made me sharp.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew there was this guy following me. So I knew that something was going on. And so at the end corner was the traffic light, and I seen the traffic, the cars high beams flash on and flash off. Then I seen him. He had his hat pulled down real low. So I said, okay, I know what time it is. I know something's about to happen.
You street girl by this time.
Yeah. So I'm in.
Right. You
so
all the way in.
he made me like if we go to a bar, he would prep me. If somebody come in, he would say, okay, mommy, what did this guy have on? So I can say, I don't know. Like he had on a t-shirt, he had boots. No. He had on a white t-shirt, or had on 3 gold chains. He had on Timberland boots. He had on this because I had to be aware of that because he always told me, he was like, I need you to be on point with me because if somebody take you or to take the kids, I need to know where to start, and I need for you to be on point with that.
Right.
And still, I thought that was life. He was loving me like nobody.
It was normal.
It was normal to me.
It was normal.
Although when my mom found out that what was going on, she was like, Sharon, this is not love. He doesn't love you. He's going to jail. Your life is going to, be in shambles. And, if you're not dead. Mm-hmm. So, I couldn't tell my mom. No, I did. I told my mom, like, Mom, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, Daddy loved you. He's a provider. And that was your main thing, getting a man to emulate the characteristics that my dad did in the home, which is take care of my mother. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay. And he does that for me. So she really was like standoffish with it.
Right.
So anyway, so the guys had tried to kidnap me for $100,000. Wow. Yeah.
It was worth that money, girl.
Back then. This is 13 years ago.
I feel you.
So the party life continued.
That's an insane life, though. It's such an insane.
Not to me. It was now.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Now, back then, it wasn't insane to none of us.
No, it was because everybody knew me. Like if they knew, if they seen me, they knew that she's girl. So I was protected. Nobody bothered us. I already knew that no men could come in the house. I just knew everything to do to be this guy's girlfriend and to play my role. And he had given me 5 things, like, always stay fly, always keep his kids fly, never turn him down sex because somebody else would. And for me to keep myself fly and always have food on the table. And that's what I did. And with that, I was rewarded with money. I mean, black eyes where I would put sunglasses on and my black eye is bigger than a sunglass. But I would go to the store, put concealer on. It's not that bad.
So he became violent.
Yeah, he was very violent. And that came with that.
Yeah.
And that's when my mom, and I never told my mom, I never told my father, because I knew that I didn't want to leave him. And I knew that my dad probably would do something to him. So, that was that life. And that's how it took off. So cocaine became my first love. I woke up to cocaine because, mind you, it's in the bedside drawer.
Right.
So I didn't even have to get out of bed sometimes. I just would get the straw, start the coke, and that became, first it was the weekends. Then I would send the kids off. Then it was just me. It was him. He was going to trips to New York, things like that. And then I'm snorting coke. And then my girlfriends was like, Sharon, come out. And then it became like cocaine parties. And that's what I believe started it. And I loved it. And when my mom did find out, my mom is a church-going mom, and I know that today with me being clean is because my mom prayed for me and never stopped praying for me.
She was one of them because guess what? So did we. We pray for the still suffering addicts and alcoholics every day.
Right. And so my mom, my parents are from down south. So I told my mom, I'm addicted. I'm addicted. My mom didn't know what that was. So my mom cooks like down south cooking. So she comes to my home with a Sunday dinner. Like, I'm like, Mom, I'm not hungry. I'm addicted.
Couldn't eat.
I couldn't eat all that food. Like, that's how she didn't know what was going on with me. So she said, let me just try to feed her. Maybe that's what's wrong. So she took me around. So I know how this thing was going with the drugs. I knew that. So I didn't think that I was an addict.
Right.
An addict. The word addict did never play part in my mind because I knew that was not me.
The words is vicious.
Yeah, because addict to me came with prostitution, losing your kids, losing your home, being dirty,
Mm-hmm.
eating out the garbage can. That was an addict.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom, wanting to save her daughter, we goes around to this place. It's an NA meeting. And she was like, Sharon, go in there and see if these people can fix you, because you got to be fixed. Because I can't fix you, but these people can. That's how she talked.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay. So I go in there, and they're having a meeting. So there's a lady, there's a little girl sharing, a woman sharing her story, and I'm so ignorant to what's going on when she says that her and her mother get high together. So that's foreign to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm disrupting the NA story,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, you get high with your mother, and your mother gave you your first shot of heroin. About to go out the door.
Mm-hmm.
So this lady, older lady, I get up to leave,
Mm-hmm.
and this lady grabs my hand, and she said, "No, don't
Mm-hmm.
go." She said, "This seat was reserved for you." So I'm like, because
Wow.
I'm ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't calling and making no reservation for this seat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, these people eating out the trash. My mom and dad don't do drugs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't belong here. She said, no, you do, and the seat is reserved for you. And she said, don't leave before the miracle happens.
Mm-hmm.
I leave. Because how can this lady that is dirty, her wig looked like it belonged to like Martha and the Vandellas.
Mm-hmm.
How are you able to tell me where I need to be? No,
Mhm.
you need to be there. Because I'm still fly at this time.
Mm-hmm.
So I go out and tell my mom, I'm like, Mom, I'm not sick. It's them people that's in there. You should have came in here and heard this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You would have known it's not your daughter.
Right.
And that's where my downfall came. Not listening to this lady that, mind you, I stereotyped her for what she looked like and missed the message of what this lady was trying to tell me because of what she looked like.
Mm-hmm.
And here this lady had 30 years clean.
But that's all what disease will have allowed you to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I know you're going to get into that a little
Mm-hmm.
longer, the story, but that I mean, it's all the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was all the same for most of us. We go in there and we look and we, you
Yeah,
know,
right.
the
And I
people
don't
now,
even
it ain't, because they
I
didn't
don't
look
even
worse
sit
than me.
next to
You know
them.
what I mean?
Yeah,
They didn't look
yeah.
worse than me.
No.
Yeah.
So that was that. So he's just fast forward him. He just got locked up, and I wound up going to jail. I almost wound up going to jail because I lied under oath because you weren't going to take him because he was my world. It was Sheed and Sharon, and this man took care of me and my children and a child that was not his. And I wasn't just going to give him to you, and I would have did anything to keep him around.
To keep him around.
And I
Wow.
almost did 6.5 to 14 years in federal prison.
Wow.
And the only reason why I didn't do that, the FBI had given me a pardon.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did was they made me recant my life from the time that I met him. And what happened was they told me that he raised me. He manipulated me, and he just took control of my whole life, being that my parents were from church
Pretty much
and
true.
things like that. And he, they said he raised me. And that is how I didn't have to do time in prison. But mind you, I was a U.S. government witness, so I did have to turn evidence.
Right.
So, and then the whole entire town was upset with me because how can you tell me not to mention it's 110 witnesses that I'm told. But me, how can I tell him? He gave you a life. He gave your children a life. How can you do that?
That's some rules in society. That's
how it goes. But they wanted me
rules.
to go to jail.
Right.
And I'm like, what?
For him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All because I touched some of that money. A lot of the money.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the money. So, that was that. So, I moved to Pottstown. And I moved to Pottstown. Things were still the same. FBI moved me to Pottstown. I said, okay, this is not for me. I came back to Norristown. Whatever's going to happen to me, it's just going to happen. And to this day, when I got with my first cousin, which is my mom's niece, which I will never ever tell her who introduced me to crack.
Mm-hmm.
And once crack hit,
It's over.
it's over.
That thing went like this, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I say it's a difference in crack and smoking.
Oh my God!
It's big. I don't know what
I don't know if it's freebasing or whatever it was. I just knew it was crack.
a difference. Yeah, I mean, I never smoked crack, but I smoked a hell of a lot of cocaine.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But just seeing, working in the field and seeing everybody, that comes in and the stories that they tell.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, Miss Tracy. It was a world in itself. That was a world by itself.
It escalated.
It escalated. So now I had this guy that I was with. Good guy. Working guy. Told me from the start, like, listen, I'm not selling drugs for you. I work 9 to 5. I will never tell you no, but you have to wait. If you want this pocketbook, you want these shoes, you have to wait. After my child support payments, then you'll get it. And I'm looking at him like, he's short. I don't even think I'm with the right guy.
He say he was short.
He was short. Pocket was short.
You still clocking people.
Yes, I'm still with that mentality.
You still clocking people.
I'm still with that mentality. So I got with him. It's crazy because he didn't even know that I was an addict because I hid it for like the first 4 years.
Right.
And when I say hide it, I hid it, is because I still kept myself fly. When he was coming around, I still was, I was still dressed to the T. It was so bad with him. Then my parents had told him, my dad was like, listen, Sharon is smoking crack. He was like, nah, Pop, people that look like Sharon don't smoke crack. And I was, and I'm like, so my dad's like,
you ain't shriveled up and all that, yeah. We just got crazy.
Yeah, they got crazy, yes. So I can say we moved in together, and now the crack was just a hit and miss thing. I liked it. I liked it a lot, but I couldn't get to it. Like I didn't know how to get to that. Didn't know. Who's that? Patrice, love you, Sharon. I didn't know how to get to that type of drug because that was a whole different world that I was unfamiliar with. So I knew how to go around people that didn't look like me that got high. So I knew that's cocaine, that's crack.
Right.
So, Miss Tracy, I can tell you that I thought I had this crack thing in my back pocket.
Like you wasn't addicted?
No, like I wasn't addicted.
You wasn't a junkie yet, right?
No. Listen, I mean, I would go to the smokehouse. I would stand up. I'd get one bag, take a hit, leave. And as I'm home cooking, I'm thinking about that hit. I can tell you that crack will. It changes everything. You're thinking, how you're supposed to love, how you're supposed to go to work, what you're supposed to do, how you plan your day. And my day was always planned. I'm a very, very organized person. That started slipping. So I can say I could be cooking, and I knew he didn't want to go to the store. I would go out on the balcony, throw the salt out, wing it in the forest. We don't have any salt. I run to the store to get the salt.
Right.
But I still stood up when I smoked because I said I'm not going to sit down. Right. The day I sat down is the day crack took off.
Stay down.
Stay down.
Stay down.
Crack took over my life like that. Like it was. I still worked. I worked so good that the people didn't even know, and he was mad because they didn't know. Because I know what I did. I read the handbook from top to bottom, from front to end. So I knew the things that I could do, and only because crack made me think of these things. Crack made me think of, Sharon, read the book. You want to smoke, but you can't smoke and work. You have PTO time, or you need a family leave of absence. I was getting Percocet, from my doctor. Let me say, I fell off the wagon. I need help. I know they're going to save my job. I'm not going to lose my job.
Right.
I got 6 months to get myself together. But that wasn't the plan. The plan was having 6 months off to smoke. 6 months off to smoke. These people trusted me so much, even when I did come back, when my father had passed away. And my dad, before he passed away, he told me, he said, Sharon, get out of it. I love you. These people are not going to love you. These people are going to hurt you. Because you have a kind heart. And these people are vultures, they're monsters, they're animals, and that's not who you are.
And he was right.
And he was right to the T. So it was to a point I'm at work, and I go to the job, around the table, telling people, can't do it yet, my dad's dying. I take care of my dad. My dad took care of us.
So you was able to stop smoking and take care of business.
Right.
Okay.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. Okay.
But I was still able to always keep my job. Always. I've never been to jail. Never did a crime because I already knew. my thing was, if you go to jail, you can't get high. And I wanted to continue to get high.
She said, no.
If you steal something, you're going to get caught. I can't steal. So I'm going to get caught. I'm going to jail. And I'm not ready to stop getting high. So I read the book, got some more time. So it was so bad, but they said, Sharon, here's a calendar. You pick the days that you can come to work.
Wow.
Miss Tracy, they said, I don't care if it's one day. She said, these people here love you, and we depend on you being here. The job told me that there was a lady, that would not allow no one to touch her if I was in the building. So I took that and I ran with it. I said, I got the job after my finger. They gave me a calendar. I picked one day.
You took that off her.
I took that off her. And guess what? Crack wouldn't let me do that one day.
And then something?
Crack has destroyed everything that I had in me.
Just let me get you some tissues. Take your time.
I just always thought that I would be able to beat crack on my own. I thought it was working out because some days I would have clean time, not even a day or two, a weekend. I would eat, and then you eat everything and go down, and you just getting yourself prepped to go back out. But yet still, I thought I had everything still yet under control. Miss Tracy, I can tell you that even with the drug dealers, they trusted me. They trusted me. I would rack up credit because they knew the type of job I had. They knew my family background. They knew that I was going to pay. I had always paid. I had bought people's cars, belts, pocketbook for their girls, and I seen it.
Girl, yes.
You know what I mean? I had a guy that would give me credit for $1,500, and then after that it was cool. I was like, all right, cool. I just go to the next guy, and he would give me. So, and then I knew I would get money, go to work 10 doubles, bring home damn near $3,000, and all of his theirs, but $20 is mine. And I do it again, and I do it again.
We used to do that with our welfare money. They used to know the day they'd be right over there waiting.
Yeah. So I mean, the drug dealers they would give me packs of drugs to hold at the house, and I risked anybody coming after them, my house getting raided. Exactly. I did not care because they gave me $200-300.
They were feeding you.
They were feeding me. And with addiction, it's tricky. It's tricky because you build up a relationship of fake love. See, I thought I was that girl, Miss Tracy. I would go into houses with $2,500 in my pocket. I go into a smokehouse. Nobody else is going in. Don't open up the door. I got $2,500. We're probably going to be here for the next week, right? Don't let nobody in because I'm still sneaking. Don't let nobody in.
Plus, nobody see you.
Right. Nobody see, because then they would come in. They would come in. Or my parents would find out. And I had their parents that would come, call the fire company.
Get you out of there.
Listen, she's being held hostage. And that's what they did. It was so bad that I had to start going to hotels.
Wow.
Hotels, people know that I'm smoking. I give everybody $20. The lady come back, give me some spray, some towels. I'm like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? The free bags that I thought I'm up. Somebody give me 10 free bags. That's not free bags.
Girl, please.
Them 10 bags cost me everything. Them 10 free bags had me confused. Like, these people love me. They know I got it. I'm that chick. I smoke crack. But they still give me 10 free bags. And wasn't not free about none of them bags. Because with that, I lost myself. Lost myself so bad that I didn't care about nothing but getting high. I didn't care that I was a mother to 3 boys. I didn't care if they cried because I wasn't home. My mom then became another
second time around mom.
Second time around mom.
Got that, yeah. Yeah, mine too.
My mom became a second time around mom, and I knew that she was going to be there. Mind you, I'm only 2 blocks from my mom. So if I'm not home to cook my son, because it's the baby boy that suffered the most. I'm not neglecting them. They can go right down the street to my mom. My mom cooks dinner every day. So I ain't got to be home.
Ooh, sound like mine.
I don't have to be home. My mom is going to cook in. But, my mom was telling people that she kept going, I'm going to tell them people. That's what she said. I'm going to tell them people. But I always thought that I was never going to allow drugs to take me that far where I I was going to forget about them. Forget about the mother that loved me, the mother that prayed for me, that prayed me out of this relationship where this guy is in jail because she knew that I wasn't going to have a life until he got locked up.
Mm-hmm.
And I let her down, and I disappointed her. I disappointed my children. Crack did a lot of things. I was listening to...
Vicious beast. I hate it.
Listen, I was listening to people... I'm getting my money. I'm starting to do little taxes. Okay, give my mom $1,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
I take $1,000, $1,500 with me. I'm cool. So I'm like, how am I going to get this money from my mom? Crack had allowed me to have people that were just more full-blown, if you will, into their addiction more than me.
Mm-hmm.
But they were giving me bright ideas.
How to do it.
And I'm listening to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm listening to them tell me how to get my mom out of bed 5 o'clock in the morning, and them in the background like they're about to kill me because I owe them money.
Right. Take your time, honey. You're doing great. And you needed this. I appreciate you. I thank you for coming on. I know they do too. I'm going to show some hearts, y'all. Let's give her some hearts. Because she is doing this thing. You know, it's so painful. It is really painful when we share our story and we're sitting amongst somebody who's listening, you know, from the heart. Mm-hmm. So I know how that, I mean, same road. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That hurts. That hurts me because
bad.
I have a loving mother.
And the pain, it's like the pain, you know, disease won't allow the pain to go away because it wants to keep you down.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's all of that. All of what we'll get into that. But that's everything that you're saying. That thing is a vicious beast. I can't stand it.
Yes, it is.
I can't stand it.
I mean, this thing had me, these boys, like I would go through so many different encounters. I would go through the Nick boys giving me, I give them about 50 nicks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they knew me when my hair and shit was all crazy coming into the smoke house. And then when I'm together, I'm like, yo, Black, it's me. It's the same girl. He was like, that's you from the other day? So he was like, are you a probation officer or something? I'm like, no. I'm like, I got about 50 nicks.
Mm-hmm.
I missed so many messages.
Listen to the numbers. 50 nicks.
50.
Ain't that something?
That's how I buy it.
Ain't that something?
I'm not going to, because listen, I got the money, I'm going to go hard.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the only way you can go.
Because why? Because I'm not going to be back outside.
You don't want to be seen.
No, because I still had this image that I would have to uphold.
That's right.
Until that started to go away.
Yeah, you don't want to be seen.
No, I don't want to be seen. So let me get this, and this is going to keep me in the house for the next 2 days. By then, I'm in my home. You know what I'm saying? Nobody sees me. You know, besides I see me, and I didn't even look with past. A mirror, no. If I see a mirror, I duck my mirror because I seen me, and I seen me looking back at myself.
Freaking, I know that feeling too. Absolutely.
But this guy, this particular guy, he gave me the 50 nicks, right? And he gave me the money bag. And he said, if I don't know if you have a man or guns or anything in there, but whoever's in your house, because I know somebody is in there, he said, I will go in there and I will fuck them up. He said, and you need to get your life together. He said, take the money, take the nicks, never call my phone again.
Wow.
Get yourself together.
It's amazing how, like, even in my story, I have two dealers that would not, they care too much about me. And you don't think nobody cared at this particular point. But, because you hiding.
Yeah.
I'm still hiding too. But would not sell me drugs. And if he was out, he wouldn't let nobody that was running for him sell me drugs. And they wouldn't.
That's how it started to begin. That's how it started to be for me.
Yeah.
So I can tell you that people listen, I would be somewhere, and when I went to Philly, that right there.
That's a whole nother
ball
game.
Right there spun me for a loop that I still sometimes reflect back and say, damn, I'm not going to say that I'm not supposed to be here, but I know it's only by the grace of God that I am here. I know that it's only by the grace of God that I'm here because I have put myself into some situations that most average people would not have made it out.
Absolutely. Them stories is vicious.
And guess what? And I go right back.
And go right back.
Go right
like it wasn't nothing.
Like it wasn't nothing because I beat
like
it.
It was nothing.
Like it was nothing.
Yeah.
But Philly, I got to Philly. Philly's crack is different from Norristown's crack. Philly crack. Everywhere got their own shit. I don't know.
It seemed like everywhere had their own stuff.
Philly crack was different.
Mm-hmm. No, you wasn't. You was right.
It was different.
Mm-hmm.
Still yet, Miss Tracy, I didn't rob, cheat, or steal from nobody. I thought that I didn't until I got with some people and they told me I robbed and I cheated. My mother, I robbed her from her time, her sleepless nights waiting for her daughter.
Go ahead. Laying down, hoping the phone don't ring. You know what I mean? Oh, I know that feeling. Yeah, my mom told me that.
Yeah.
You know, all she needs is that phone to ring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and believe it or not, I used to tell my son that. I hate to answer the phone. Because I don't want to hear what I'm going to hear.
Right.
You know?
Right. And I realized that I stole a mother from her children. I gave away the relationships that I had with close friends, my sisters.
That disease
I
of
gave
peace.
it all away. And the amount of years, and when you talk about when something manifests, listen, that shit got out of control, and I knew I was a fucking stone cold crackhead. Listen, I don't care how you dress it up. You can dress up a piece of shit, but it's still a piece of shit.
It's still a piece of shit.
It's still a piece of shit.
That's right.
Now, I know I wasn't doing any crimes and any things like that. And I do know that I was hurting myself, but I still continued to do it because I would, get my little sleep in, get my little rest. I would eat. But Philly was a place that I shouldn't have been. Philly was a place that I shouldn't have been in. So
this thing will take you anywhere.
Yeah.
This thing will take you anywhere. Yeah. I've been places like how the hell I get here.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
Yeah, how did I get here?
Me too. So in Norristown, I controlled the hit houses. You know what I'm saying? Because I had the most money. I'm not coming in here to take a $5 hit or $10 hit and bounce. I'm coming here with money, shut the house down, this, that. Philly, it started working like that. It wasn't working like that in the beginning. So I went to this one house, and I never forget it. Nobody has money. I'm sitting there in somewhere that I don't know, down 52nd Street, and I'm at a table and it's just a bunch of girls, and the guys are at the on the couch, and this guy comes in 6'4", 300 pounds. He came in and he said, which one of you bitches am I fucking tonight?
Wow.
Not me. You already know, not me. I got a man. I got like $1,500 in my pocket. This guy hits me on my shoulder and he said, "It's you." And I'm like, "Excuse me, sir." I'm like, "I'm not here for all that." Right. He was like, "What the fuck you say to me, bitch?" I'm like, "Listen." I'm like, "Whoa." I'm like, "Wait a minute, be easy." I'm like, "Listen. All I'm trying to explain to, mind you, you got girls over the table, me. Wow. You're not even thinking about them. It's me."
Right.
At this point, I was like, I should have said me too, so he could have a pick.
Right.
So I stood up because even though he was a man, I felt that my defense mechanism was down. And then I kind of, even though he was disrespecting me, I wanted to give him the respect that I thought he deserved by standing up. You meet somebody comes in the room. My dad and my mother always say, you stand up, you shake their hand. So I that's what I did. And he was like, "Bitch, who the fuck you talking to? I'll kill you." I'm like, wow. I'm like, because I don't want to fuck you. I have my own money. Bitches want to fuck you. I don't want to fuck you. Tracy punched me in my face.
Punched you in the face?
Not only did he punch me in my face, instantly I felt my face crack. So I looked at him. My phone went down. I looked at him. I'm like, "Damn." I said, "Why would you hit me?" I said, "I ain't doing anything wrong to you." He said, "Bitch, matter of fact, I will kill you." He went outside. So I said, "Oh my God, I'm about to die. My family don't know where I'm at, and I'm in a crack house, and I should not be here. My dad told me that they was going to hit me. Everything kept telling me, James, everything just kept going. Oh my God, this man is about to kill me." So I prayed, little foxhole prayers. I prayed to God. I said, "God, if you get me out this house and get me back to Jimmy," because Jimmy was my 6'3", 300-pound teddy bear that didn't care, that loved me for me because he knew who I was when I wasn't high, and that's the reason why he stayed the longest. Miss Tracy, I went outside. I ran out the house. I closed my eyes and I ran and on 52nd Street. Just ran out in the middle of the street, just crossing my eyes. And guess who just almost hit me?
Him.
No, the police.
Wow. But for the grace of God.
For the grace of God.
But for the grace of God.
Because I do not know if that man was going to kill me or not. And I think that he was.
He probably would.
He was. And he probably just did.
They have them type of houses.
Oh
Well, they everywhere, really. But they
no, they're not like that in Norristown. Hey. No, I was out of
Norristown was like a punk town.
Yeah, no. You know, and if somebody was coming here, they already knew me, or somebody in the house knew me and knew my folks. Listen, I'm telling you, this man punched me so hard. So I ran out to the cop. Now the cop don't know why I'm down here. He don't see nobody. I'm like, listen, like I can feel my face like drag. Right? So I'm like, he hit me. So he was like, why would he hit you, man? What are you doing down here? What kind of favors you? I'm like, so I had a quick, think. I'm down here doing my girlfriend. He asked for my license. He ran everything back. No warrants, no nothing. He said, what are you doing down here? He said, you're in the wrong part of town. I said, no, I'm just going to do her hair. And I'm walking from the corner store because I had my bag.
Instant lie.
Quick.
Came just like this.
Just like that. Only thing comes like that is because it's from crack. It's from crack.
Absolutely.
And he was like, well, what do you want us to do? And I said, just take me home, please. They took me home. I went to sleep. James came home in the morning. And let me tell you how I lied about. There's some things I think sometimes you just can't lie. You just need to be honest, and you need, because it's just going to infiltrate. So anyway, my face, I looked like the Elephant Man. He like, what happened to you? Take me to the place, because now he wants to hurt somebody.
Revenge.
But he's not into that world, so I couldn't dare tell him what happened. He took me to the hospital. My face is shattered. I still have the click in my jaw from that. My face was shattered. They thought that my eye socket was shattered. They thought that my eye was going to fall out.
Wow.
I was supposed to get my mouth wired.
You didn't want it?
No, they couldn't do it.
It was that. Wow.
Yeah. It was that bad. Miss Tracy, don't you know I stayed in the house just to recover, to go right back.
To go right back. That disease is vicious. Whew. Y'all hear this? This thing is real. You know what I'm saying? Real.
It was real. And he told me, he said, Sharon, these people don't know you. I don't know where you're at. This, that, and the other. Like, you need to stay around here. I had this man loving me so bad, Miss Tracy. He told me, listen, baby, just stay, just smoke it in the house. Smoke it home. I know where you at. I know you safe. How much do you need? It's going to keep you in the house.
Wow.
I still took advantage of that. So then I started doing that. Then he come home. Now
of course, you ain't gonna turn that down. You ain't even in no control. Don't even know you're not. You thought you was in control.
Listen, he would leave at 9:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm still locked in the bathroom. I won't let him in. You told me I could do it. Now it's rules. Now I'm a bitch. Now I'm a bitch. Listen, so that happened with him. And with my face, I did a little thing. Because the crack had already messed me up. My mind, my way of thinking was off. But even though I've never been a schemer, but I have been, because once I look back now.
Yeah, you can see all of it now. You can see the power of the
and it was only
I'm pretty sure they following you too.
I'm following him. But now now he lived in a place that was a rooming house. I had my apartment. I would go see him. Now he lived on North Philly in Broad Street. That's where I got caught up at. So I'm looking at his steps, going up his steps. And now mind you, my face is still all fucked up. And I said, I'm about to get some money. Let me tell you why, because when you go up the steps, I never even knew what a rooming house was. When he brought me there, there was other girls in the house. I'm thinking, oh, bitch, you a pimp? You got me coming to this? Didn't even know what a rooming house was. But anyway, the steps are fucked up. Walked up the steps. Mind you, my face was already fucked up. Walked up the steps. I went downstairs, fell on laid on the basement floor. Ambulance, fire trucks, and everything came and got me out. Right?
Wow.
And guess what I did? I said, I done hit the jackpot. Right? I showed Patrice And somebody said, "My God, send hugs." It's true.
It's real stories, y'all.
God,
they're gonna be coming. I'm telling you, this is sharing from the gut. You know what I mean? And so, I'm proud of her. I'm so proud of her for just sharing from the gut. And y'all ain't heard me say one cuss word. Y'all heard her say cuss words. I've been doing good.
So anywho, I got with a lawyer. I took pictures. No, let me stop. Let me back that up. I did the fall first in the basement. I did the fall in the basement first, then I went to the hospital. Okay? Mm-hmm. So now I got me a case.
Oh, that was Kim Strand saying, my God.
She said,
she's sending you some hugs.
Yes, I need it. So I showed Patrice. I showed Patrice one day. Mm-hmm. And I talk about how I met Patrice. So I got $90,000.
Wow.
Because I sued the landlord's homeowners insurance because I said I fell through the steps.
Wow.
I never ever stopped to think. I didn't stop past go. I just said $90,000. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be higher than a motherfucker.
Goodness, good. That was disease. Like, good for you, girl.
Yup.
Absolutely.
You go. You done
my homie. That's what it was telling you.
Listen, and it didn't do anything but lie to me. It lied to me. It took everything. It stripped me. It stripped me from everything.
And when you don't know that it's there yet, your story is so fantastic because I hear it from you not understanding the fact
what
that
the
you're
fuck is
sick.
going on.
Yeah.
Don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So now I got this thing from the lawyer. I showed Patrice. My check is soon to be coming. I'm in this house. Mind you, they set me up in a room like this. Couldn't nobody come in. I'm like, this is the shit I'm talking about.
Like you safe, right?
Yeah, I'm safe. I'm good.
You dying, but you safe.
Oh yeah, kill myself.
Go ahead.
Before I got my check, I owed these people $5,000. Before I got the check, they gave me $5,000 worth of credit, and they knew I was gonna pay. I was scared to death.
That's how them lawyers used to do.
No, not the lawyer.
Who did that?
The drug dealers.
Oh,
they seen the check.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I just couldn't cash it.
They was gonna get that money.
I didn't think that. I didn't stop to think that they could have held me hostage, made me do this, made me do that.
They could have killed you in there.
But
for the grace of God.
For the grace of God.
But for the grace of God.
And I will never stop thanking Him because, and this is what I talked about when this addiction.
Don't you love Him?
Yes.
I just love Him.
Unconditionally.
Unconditional.
And when I gave up on Him, He never gave up on me because He is the one that got me to where I am today, to be able to sit here on the couch.
Absolutely.
To talk to you.
Absolutely.
And share my story because I have never done it before. These are some of these things that I'm sharing with you today. I have never told anybody, like the in-depth with my family.
This is what I'm talking about, y'all. This is what it is. She was nervous at first, remember? Killing it. Spilling that gut out. She getting it out. And I'm glad you all are here to listen to her, you know, and give all the feedback. I'm going to get some feedback off here for you, but I'm telling you, they are listening. They hear you. You hear what I'm saying?
What I thought I was going to come here today, Miss Tracy, and do I'm a jotter. Patrice can tell you. I have my book. I can show you. I'm very organized. And this I can show you. This is how I live my life. So I said, this is how I live. This is how I live. Right, okay?
Put on that.
I live. I live by this. I'm organized. I've always been. This is why my boyfriend at the time allowed me to do everything. So you know, that's the type of person I always was. So that's how people trusted me. They knew I was something. I came from a good stock. If you will. That's what they said.
In that world, we know who. We know who's not. Yeah. We know who is. Yeah. You'll be a better choice to. Especially if you got that money.
Yeah. And I had the money.
And then when you ain't got nothing, we know that too. Yeah. But you're going to be treated like a princess.
Right. And
when I first started getting high, I was that girl. I was a princess. You know what I mean? I'm the one came in with all the money and they was cooking everything for me, girl. Shit. I became a chemist in no time. So I'll cook you and smoke you. I'll cook you and bring you right back. You hear what I'm saying? Shoot. That's when I still was wearing suits.
Yeah. So, yeah, so it got bad like that. And that $90,000, I wound up giving 30 of it back to them. And was I able to go to them to get credit and stuff like that? But yeah, so I'm looking at them. I'm like, how do you even give me credit? I just gave you $5,000. You should give me this. But nothing was free with that.
Girl, please, nothing was never free. You're gonna do something. You're gonna give something.
Yeah, they want the money. They knew I wasn't fucking.
The money is the root of all evil. They definitely want the money.
That's what they wanted.
You know.
So at this point now, my face is cracked. I done gave up $30,000. So now I'm going through. I started getting myself involved I wanted to get clean. I said, okay, I'm going to. What made me go to a rehab or into a...
that's where I met you now. Let's go.
What made me go to a rehab was my mom, my kids, myself. I know this man is good, and really, and he said, only thing I want you to do is get clean. That's it. And I will never, ever leave you. So I'm still in the mix. Like, my mind is still foggy. The smoke has not cleared. And to be honest, I didn't want it to clear. I was going to get clean for my family to leave me alone.
Not for you.
For my kids to leave me alone. Mom is trying. Mom is trying. You understand? So I did not take any of treatment serious. So I started off in Horsham Clinic. Got this doctor. He got me on these meds. Like, I'm not on no medicine every day, so they got me on this meds to take the edge off of me.
The edge post.
Yeah. Okay. So to take that off of me, Dr. O, we call him at Horsham Clinic. So once I found, so now I'm just there. I'm listening to these people. I'm like, here we go with these stories. I don't have any stories for these people. I just get high because I want to get high. My daddy didn't molest me. We didn't, we have food. I have food. My kids, like, here we go again with this. So I'm like, okay, this is not where I'm supposed to be.
This is not where you're supposed to be.
This is not where I'm supposed to be. Where I'm supposed to be. I'm going home. So my boyfriend at that time thought I'm in there.
Doing what you're supposed to do.
One day he came home, I'm there. Because I found out.
You're an AWOL.
No, I done found out. No. I found out you can find what you call, what they say is a 72-hour.
Yeah, 72 hours, yeah.
72 hour. And I said, so I'm listening to these people. When they come in, I'm about to sign the 72. I'm out of here. I'm like, what does 72 do? She's like, they can't hold you back until you sign this paper. I said, so if I sign this paper in 72 hours, I'm back home? They was like, yeah. And that's what I did. Back out in the street. Back and forth, back and forth. I can tell you that I have been at Horsham Clinic over 10 or 15 times.
Wow.
Never got a certificate. Got kicked out. They always take you back because they want your insurance money.
Exactly. They're going to take you back like a rotating door.
When I came through admissions and they seen the last name Stevenson, Miss Sharon's back. Miss Sharon's back.
You became a...
And I'm like this.
You became a member.
I'm thinking I'm a rehab celebrity. I'm like, hey. So, and then what cocaine had, crack has done, what crack has done too was had made me hallucinate even after the fact. And when I finally thought that I was sick, is I had braids. I had braids one time, and my boyfriend at the time had paid $300. And they only lasted a day. Why? Because they're moving. The braids are moving.
You think they're moving?
And I'm like this.
Not funny, but the hallucination is crazy.
This is all from the drugs.
All from the drugs.
This beast, this monster, had made me thought that my braids is moving. And I'm like, where is my mind going?
Because by this time you got them doctor's medicines in you too.
Yeah. Right. So my braids is moving. So you know what I did? I cut all my braids off, down to the root of my hair, and then I said, okay, I'm sick. Now I feel that I'm sick.
Something's wrong.
Right. Never throughout the 10 years that I was running, did I even want to apply any 12 steps, any 12 traditions. Because the only steps that I ever counted was the 5 I went down to go cop and the 5 that I went up.
Go ahead.
That's the only steps that I ever
talk that truth, girl. It's all right. Talk that truth. Go ahead.
And these people knew something that I didn't, and I still didn't give them a chance. And I still thought that I knew. I still thought that I knew. I thought I knew treatment better than people that had to treat me. Then you get the people that's in the room and they tell you, them motherfuckers getting high. They ain't got 30 years. They ain't got 40 years. It's not possible. And I'm like, you right. She's like, my boyfriend's gonna meet us down, meet me down by the tree in 72 hours. I'm like, he meeting us. He meeting us.
It's us.
It's us. Now I already thought that I was sick. I knew that I was sick, and I still wanted to go out there and get sicker. Sicker.
He's a cunning, baffling, powerful.
Yes. Now, mind you, I went from a size 14 to a size 10, just like that. And I didn't even know that I was a size 10 until me and my sister, because my sister still had a relationship. I didn't have a family that shunned me out. And plus I didn't deal with them because that wasn't their shit.
Right.
That wasn't their twist. I already knew they didn't feed my addiction. They didn't give me no support.
Right.
They, as far as money wise, I never robbed, cheated, or stole from them of some tangible things.
Right.
So I wasn't never not allowed home. At my mom's, they would leave out. I would still be allowed to be there by myself. So it wasn't that type of party. So here I leave again. This time my mom catch me. Aren't you supposed to be in the rehab? Now she's going to call my niece. My niece doesn't play that. Listen, she came and got me out of the house with a gun, let off a shot. Boom, where my aunt? Saying, you gotta go ahead and go because TT in here with the gun. So back again. I come to, I find my way to Chester.
Keystone.
I found my way to Keystone. This is where
Here go our part of the story, Jeff.
This is where I met Miss Tracy. I didn't like Miss Tracy. I thought Miss Tracy thought she was the shit in there. Miss Tracy couldn't tell me anything.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that I'm sitting here on your couch.
And that's something? Every time you came back.
Yes,
right?
every time I came back.
Every time you came back.
Miss Tracy signed my discharge papers when I got kicked out because I was fighting.
Walked her to that door so quick with that key.
Yes, she did. You don't have to be here. And I just remember her talking about the guy with the super cape on. We talked about that. I remember her saying stuff.
Optimus Prime, y'all know how I feel about my Optimus Prime.
I remember going to Mr. Jeff's office and he's having to write my discharge paper because I'm not taking things serious and I'm just fighting because I'm angry. I'm angry with everybody else besides myself.
You couldn't see the care. You couldn't see that. We're a caring rehab. Though. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we try hard. Yeah.
If anybody's struggling and have to go to a place, Keystone food is delicious.
Everybody talks about still to this day. Everybody on the food. Man, this when they got some good
collard
food.
Greens, cornbread, everything. They will fatten you up and get you right. And they're
fresh cooked food every day.
Yes,
every day.
The place is there's a lot of recovery in that place. And for someone as sick as me, didn't think past that. I didn't think that nobody here would be able to help me. And I then too found out that they can show me the way, but it has to be me to work the steps.
You have to work.
I have to work the steps.
You have to do it. And every time Sharon came back, what did I say? Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. And that was it. Welcome back. Never treated me any different.
Absolutely not.
Just welcome back, and here I am again.
It's cutting back in your back.
And when I went home,
and I love you. I love all my brothers and sisters. You follow?
I have so many admission packets at home,
girl.
So many tablets and things like that. But what that did was it strengthened me to when I was ready to get myself clean. So my parents took me far out. I was at Greenville 1. I was like 3-4 hours away. Still, that didn't work. Nothing worked until I was allowed to believe in something, like you always said, something greater than myself.
That's right.
Something that I cannot see, because I can tell you that this rock, something that didn't have no legs.
Go ahead.
No arms.
Go ahead.
Held me down, captured for so long. And I was ready to surrender.
Go ahead.
Because that's what I had to do. I was ready to surrender. I said, no, not this time. This time I'm going to start listening.
She accepted the challenge,
this time. And it was hard. Because I was fighting against myself.
Absolutely.
Because it was like myself pulling this way, that way, because I want to go out and then I don't. I can remember being at home with the pipe in my mouth, crying, asking God to take it away. Allah, take it away. But I still couldn't put it.
But you couldn't put it down. I know the deal now. Yes.
It took me to a point where I remember laying it on the kitchen counter, and it's glass, right? And it's rolling slowly. And I move somewhere, and I hear it rolling, and it's about to fall. And I take a football dive to save it.
Sickening. This thing is vicious. It ripped me up. And then now my children are starting not to really like Mom. But they still love Mom. My kids love me down, but they don't like me. Oh, I know that feeling.
They don't like me.
Yes.
My one son, my baby boy, he suffered it. He's 23, but he suffered the most because when crack played, that's when I picked up. I'm a crackhead. I'm a bitch. I'm this. I'm that. And you know what I did? That motherfucker had me so messed up. I said, if I'm like that and you live in my fucking house, nigga, get out.
That's where we go.
Get out.
Defense.
Get out. get out of my house. You won't be in my house talking to me like that, and I'm taking care of you, still paying for your phone bill, this, that, and the other. Yeah, I get high, but so the fuck what? Get out of my house. And if you don't get out of my house, the people will be here to change their lives. And all he wanted to do was love me.
That's all.
All he wanted was his mom back.
And we can't see that. We go into a defense. So I know what, girl, that part is like,
that hurt me.
Tears in my eyes. That part
that hurted me the most. Throughout anything,
yes,
it hurted me.
Children.
It's my kids.
Gosh.
It was him.
And Disease knew that.
Yeah.
So every time I couldn't get high, it just brought it to me because it knew it was going to make me. It's going to make me run.
Yeah, I was
It's going to make me get this pain out of
and
my
with
head.
with him being angry with me because I gave everything that I lost. Nothing was taken away from me. I gave it away. Because we do have the freedom of choice.
Absolutely.
And I chose to do these things. These people didn't take nothing from me. I went to them people.
Starts with you?
No, it starts with me.
And it ends with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
and you realized that.
I realized that today. I realized that I wanted to start to love myself. And when you finally start to get clean, what's crazy to me is when you go, I didn't have the 4 seasons. There was never 4 seasons in my life. It was just one dark, lonely place.
Whew. Tell me about it.
And when I got clean, you know what's crazy? The first time I knew that things was changing, because I could smell spring. I could smell the flowers. I could smell the pollen. I never was able to experience that for so long. And I didn't mind it. And I was like, something's wrong. I'm thinking I'm getting sick. No. The drugs is leaving my body.
You were burying disease, putting it in remission without even realizing. So you started realizing your feelings and your emotions.
Everything started coming back. When you said that, when you got clean, your feelings, the fuck it. I don't mean to curse so much, but that's just what it is. The fuck it's with me was the number one thing. Fuck it.
That was my favorite word.
Fuck it. Fuck you and fuck it. Nobody's paying for my addiction but me. Nobody's suffering more than me.
That's right.
You know, and even with the guy that I was with and he was there, he was always like, Sharon, you don't even know what it's like to love an addict. And I said, you know what? It's probably just as hard as to be one.
That was something. Yeah, that was something.
Just as hard to be one. It was something for him to watch me transition into this person that he never ever knew or never even wanted to know, and I did not want to give it to him, but that's just what it is. And I knew that he was my safe place. I knew that I could walk all over him. I knew I had him in my back pocket.
Don't see love. We see I got him. I got this.
I got him.
He's my enabler. I'm gonna keep this because this is gonna keep me high. You know what I mean?
And he did.
We don't see love. No. We don't feel love. This is why I always share, love is out the window.
Yes.
We have to learn what love feels like all over again. And when you get it, it's the most beautiful thing in the world.
It is. But you still have to go through all the things about how you hurt the people.
That's right.
And then once I finally, I went when I finally got it. I was on a run, and I never forget it. And my mother called me, and I said, "I'll cut my phone off." Or I got insurance on my phone, throw it over the bridge. I get another one, I come back. When I settle. You know what I'm saying? I go to Verizon.
And it's somehow we could plot, plan, make a decision, make a choice. Keep rolling.
I don't know where that came from.
It just comes.
It's
the sickness. It's the voice. It just comes.
Yeah. So my mother got a message and she said, "My hands are done. I washed my hands with you."
She got sick and tired.
Yup. And she said, she said she was waiting for the phone call.
Girl.
So now my mom was preparing herself for me to die.
Absolutely. All she wanted was you to stop, but didn't understand the power of sickness is cunning, baffling, and powerful. And we can't.
And I couldn't stop. I'm telling you, I'm crying with the pipe in my... I'm on the floor. I'm crying. I'm saying, God, please, God, please. And I'm like, but he saved me. He's already there. But Sharon, you have to find him too. You have to go to him. I said to myself, okay, what made me get it is when I went on this run. I was probably 2-3, I might have been a month long. I was down on the hotel. I had rented the hotel. I remember I had all this money. Stayed there for a month. And I got up one day. I don't know how much stuff I had. I didn't care what happened after the fact because I knew I wasn't never coming back. So everything was in the hotel room. And I called a cab, a Uber to Horse and Planet. Again. Okay.
So right.
And they detoxed me because then I had fentanyl in my intestine.
Oh yeah, that thing is a murder.
So I didn't know. So when I came there, all I remember was passing out. I don't remember getting past the medical. I just remember getting into the bed, going to sleep, and they told me I slept for 3 days. They told me that they had somebody in my room.
It's amazing how we be ripping and running and doing all we doing so much, but once we are able to shut our eyes, we not open them back up for a few days.
For a few days. They don't even know how. They thought they was going to have to send me out into the emergency room because I didn't eat, I didn't pee, I didn't go to the bathroom. I slept for 3 days. So when I woke up, I'm like,
your brain at this point is in the matrix.
It's adapting again.
It's in the matrix. It's all broken up.
It's funny how
it don't know it has to pee. It don't know it has to get up. It don't know it has to eat. Exactly.
Everything is so numb. My bladder is so numb. And when I can tell you, when I finally did pee, it was probably darker than your blinds there.
Absolutely.
So when I woke up and they told me...
Because it was tearing your kidneys up.
Yes.
It was tearing your intestines up. It was killing the heart. It was killing the lungs. Everything. It was doing all this. The whole time we killing ourselves. So the guy told me, he was like, Sharon, you're going to kill yourself. When are you going to get it right? So when he told me that, and he told me that I was then... They wanted to treat me for the fentanyl and like the opiates. I'm like, I'm not an opiate user. She was like, Sharon, that's what's going on now. This is like when it first started to go out. It's in everything, y'all.
So
when it came like just a tornado. Changed the whole game.
It changed the whole game. But I'm glad I got into it when I did, that I didn't have to go, because I would have been dead. I would have been dead. Because how
people was dropping dead.
Yes.
Not even knowing that till this day, y'all. Till this day. People don't know all the stuff that's in these drugs today. People just dying. You know what I mean? Just falling, just going, and the first thing they'll say when they come in is, I ain't got no opioids. I ain't did that, and all they smoked was weed. You know? Terrible.
I had methamphetamine, I had what is this, speed, crank, the cocaine and heroin, and the opiates, and I'm like, wow. So
I smoke coke. I got all this.
And I was trying to tell them, and they wanted to put me on all this stuff, and I'm like, no, you're gonna need it.
You know what gets me though? When they come in, you know, or I'm sharing with somebody or sponsor somebody, and they tell me that, you know, man, that stuff just had me nodding anymore. Yeah. Cocaine don't have you nodding. Cocaine gonna have your butt ripping and running all over the place. You can't even stay still. Right. You know, but the opioids that they're mixing in it, the heroin, like you said, the meth and all that stuff, got you nodding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But then you start liking it, but you like it.
You get hit and go to sleep.
Disease is so cunning, baffling, and powerful, you forget about that. You just start loving it. And run for it even more because it makes your hunger for drugs more. You know, it's more aggressive.
It is aggressive. It's more aggressive. But anyway, that day I decided to get myself clean. I decided to open an NA book, to read the doctor's story. I decided to share more. I decided
build that Bob, boy.
I didn't know that it only takes one or two people to start a meeting.
Yes, it
does.
So
I started to want life back, and I told God, I asked God, I said if He could save me and He could get me where I didn't have the desire to want to get high or use again, that I would try to do what I can to help another addict. Now, I don't know what this will do for anybody today, but if it will help one person.
Let me tell you something.
If it will help one person.
Let me tell you something. You got a whole lot of people on here. You hear what I'm saying? And these people are going to share this. And those people are going to share this. And these people are being educated. You know what I mean? Nobody's looking at us like we the worst people in the world. Hell, we know what it feels like to be that. You know, we're people who come up out of this thing, but for the grace of God, who surrenders, you know? And we promise God, I think all of us do it, that I will help that's still suffering. I will give back what was given to me. And that's what you read in the big book as well.
It was all free.
Didn't cost us nothing, did it?
All free.
All it costs us was just to want it. Just to want it.
Yeah.
Just to want to save our lives.
Save our lives.
Absolutely.
So that's how I got myself to start loving myself, to start getting up years of sobriety and things like that, and start loving myself. My mom and them started to come around more. Started to trust me with the things that I say, because I couldn't go to the corner store without my mom calling me 99 times like, I thought you was going to get some meat. I thought you was going to get some sugar. You said you was going to be right back. Damian said you know, so that it took a while for that to come back again.
Yeah, to get because I realized that I couldn't trust myself.
Yeah.
I knew in my heart that because they was telling me I need to give my mom my little welfare checks and the food stamps and all that. And then I'm fussing like hell. I ain't got to do all that. I'm all right. I'm good. This ain't going to happen no more. I got this already. I only been in the rehab for 28 days, and I thought I had it all. You know what I mean? Because at that particular time, I wasn't really listening. I was just listening to what grabbed my attention.
What you wanted to hear.
Right. You know what I mean? Still trying to build a way for myself.
Exactly.
That I don't need the rest of this.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I couldn't hear them for real. I only heard what I wanted to hear. And then I couldn't see. I only saw what I wanted to see.
Right.
You know what I mean? But getting into the rooms, they gonna make you listen. You're gonna hear it. You know what I mean? People share.
People
and you
share
feel
from
them
their heart, and I
share.
feel that.
And when I felt that is when I knew that I still had me in me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I still love
this is
I
working.
love
Yeah,
it's working.
This is working.
I'm starting to love it again. I'm starting to want to get dressed, want to go out because I was hiding out from my time.
Listen to these
I didn't
people.
want. Yeah, I started to listen to these people, and I said, "Okay, it's going to work. It's going to work this time." And each day, I put forth effort. It got better. It got better. It got better and better.
I did 3 90/90s in 90 days. That's how much I started. Remember I shared that with y'all. I did 3 90/90s in 90 days because I got so into it from seeing the people that was clean for years that I felt was worse junkie and you know trick and all that stuff than me. You know what I mean? And that stuff started expiring. You know, I started really feeling good about them. That made what they were sharing made me feel good about me. Yeah, so I became a true listener. Right. All the way to this day. You know what I'm saying?
And that helps. And sometimes I listen to like Usman. Usman can share a story on like on YouTube. Yeah. He's really good. So I did that and I got myself back working again. Never ever stop working. You know what I mean? So like when I tell people that I'm an angry, when I met Patrice, Patrice Todd, Patrice used to just look at me, and I knew she seen something because I know a lady told me before, kind, no kind. And I said, she know I used to get high. She's seen it. I don't know if something that I'm giving off that she sees it.
She dealt with me and mine.
Right. She sees it.
She sees a lot of us in this family.
But you know that's what I did? I took it upon myself to clear the air and get it off my weight. Like, listen, I'm a recovering addict. Or when something was happening, I'm a recovering addict. I know all about it. And so she had said, you know, I want you to meet this lady named Tracy Allen, my cousin, my sister, my this, my that. So I said, I'm like, okay, you know, that's when I sent you a message just saying, never ever knew who you were.
This was so crazy how she and I connected back together. Yeah. And that was God. Nobody but God.
And she was like, somebody really needs to hear your story, Sharon. You need to share with somebody. And you need to go sit down and talk to her and share your story. So as I'm looking at your pictures, I'm like, I know this lady, because you know your short-term memory is long-term gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's nothing about short-term
about that.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I'm getting old, dementia.
Look, I could be like dementia thing. I could be talking and be like, I just forgot what I was saying.
But your face kept flashing, and then I looked and I said, it's Miss Tracy from Keystone. I said, how ironic will I be going to Miss Tracy's house, sitting on her couch, you know?
And look at you.
And look at me.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm loving it.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm so sweating to death, but I'm here.
I am so thrilled right now. I'm lit.
But I got myself together, and here I am today. And
she nervous now, then she go.
I'm together. A day at a time. I don't the old cliches, people, places, and things. That is so correct. And you know, you go to these places, these people don't find you. You got to change everything. You got to change your mindset, your way of thinking. You have to change some of your friends. Some of your friends that still snort coke. Sharon, I can never snort coke again because I don't know what road it's going to take me down. You understand? Right. I know I'm not. I sometimes I'm hit with certain things, but I'm never ever going to trust myself because I still don't today. I just don't play with it. You understand what I'm saying? I don't go around it. I don't play with it. I don't want that thing to jump up on me in any way, shape, or form. Now, don't get me wrong. Drugs is everywhere. I take Sharon wherever I go, right? But I just remember what Sharon's been through, and I just know that a grateful addict will not return.
You know, we all find our way. You know what I mean? And your way don't have to be my way. Right. My way don't have to be your way. My main thing is keeping Trey in remission. Right. You know what I mean? Because of just what you just said, it don't go away. No. You are that person. You are your sickness. You know what I mean? It's not like we, was born sick.
Right.
We chose to do what we did, not realizing that we were going to become an addict or alcoholic. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And it was self-done, so it started with me, so it has to end with me.
And that's,
you know
how,
what I mean?
That's how
So,
I had to
when you
distance
build your
myself.
remedy,
yes, you have to distance yourself.
Yeah.
Because why distance myself from somebody that I love so much? Because
and it hurts sometimes.
It hurts me. Want me to tell you why? Because this man will give me anything. He has been there for me. He has never turned my back. But one thing I'm not going to do with anybody, that be my kids, my mom, anybody, I'm not going to fight struggling to stay clean every single day and then fight another soul.
You can't.
No, because my recovery.
You have to put you first.
Yeah, and
as you have done.
That's what I have.
And some people don't understand that. They think that we, you know, you have to be selfish. You have to be, but it's not in a bad way. It's saving our lives.
Yes.
Because our thinking always have to be on point. It always have to remember everything that we've been through, you know, in order for us to stay clean.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like the past, like I would say, you know, on here at times, you know, my past is my medication.
Right.
My past keeps me strong.
Exactly.
My past keep me in that I have a sickness that's cunning, babbling, and powerful.
Right.
You know, but sticks and stones can't break my bones.
Right.
But, you know, knowing that you still feeling like I'm this and I'm that keeps me strong.
Right.
You know what I mean?
See,
some people don't understand that.
I couldn't have him remind me. He's Muslim. You can't be a constant reminder of my addiction, and I'm fighting this.
Exactly.
So somebody has to go.
Somebody got to go.
Somebody has to go.
Somebody got to go. So, you got to remove yourself from the people, places, and things. This is why I'm saying these phrases that we have when we say living that God, people, places, and things. These are our medication. These things keep us aware. It keeps us on top. It allows us to stay steady.
Right.
You know, and know that, know what we've done. We surrender. You know, we ask God to forgive us.
That's it.
You know what I mean? That's the most important thing.
That's the most important thing.
And it sounds selfish, but it's not.
It's not. And you're not
if
going
we
to
don't
remind me of
stay,
that. I know
we don't
everything
stay,
I've done.
exactly.
I know
if we don't stay where we are, we either gonna die or come back 50 times vicious than we was before. That's just how this sickness works and this disease works. It is a girl. You getting me lit right now. I'm telling you, I'm like way up there. I'm serious. I'm feeling this thing. You know what I mean? Because I feel you. I can feel you, and we can just smell it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes I can go to certain places and just remember what happened at this spot, what happened at this street. So you know what I do? I try to go around or get to my destination without using that street. But
that's that hole. That hole I talk about.
Right.
You know, you walk out your door, and every day, every time you turn around, you fall right in the hole. Yeah. But now we know how to walk around it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We can walk around it now, and that hole can stay there because we're going in a whole other direction.
Absolutely. Left, I go right.
Absolutely.
Right. And then I just keep that and I apply I just say, Sharon, stay on the right path.
Absolutely.
Just stay on the right path. And you know what you can get yourself into with picking up again. And that's going to destroy you, if not this time, kill you.
That's right. Because we don't know which one is going to do it. That's why we can't do none at all.
That's right.
You follow what I'm saying? Because we done got beat up.
What?
We done got tore from the flow up.
Did I?
You follow what I'm saying? Mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Right.
I mean, drugs wiped God out of my head.
There was no
He didn't even exist to me.
No.
You know what I mean? I had to crawl before walking all over again. You know what I mean? As we all do as addicts and alcoholics. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, this thing is cunning, baffling, and powerful, y'all. And I hope y'all heard, you know, Sharon's story. You know what I mean? It was just, to me, beautiful. And follow, it's beautiful. You know, to see her sitting here next to me, I done got this girl gonna get what she.
I've been at Keystone 5 times.
You playing with me? It would be something like that, but I don't care. You don't like me. I don't like you either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need to not like sickness. You know, disease.
Yes.
But I always loved her, as I do all my clients. I don't care how much they get crazy or get on my nerves, you know, and all that. Hey, I got to remember that that's what I did too. I came from that same world, and I'm still a part of that same world, you know, and my job is to tolerate. My job is to help.
Right.
You know, I'm soldiering. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Know what? Being clean got me. Being clean got me a job at Eagleville Prison.
Go ahead.
I'm not there no.
I worked at 6 prisons.
Okay, but no, I'm sorry. Eagleville Rehab. I'm sorry.
Oh, the rehab. Yeah, I worked in the
I found myself
penitentiaries. Yeah,
taking people's urines, going through their clothes, getting them through a mission. And I'm like, someone like me. Someone like me.
But did it feel good though?
Yeah, but I had to get out of there because there's more drugs in there.
There
was more drugs in
the prison.
Yes, in the
rehab.
Yeah,
in the rehab. It's different now. I'm on your side.
I had to get out of there. So I mean, that was just one of
now.
my part-time jobs, but I had to get out of there. But I still took it. I still said to myself, an addict like me is doing
in here doing what people was doing to you.
So I knew that things was changing, and not only I just found out the 25th of March I became a grandma.
Go ahead, girl.
My son.
Welcome aboard.
That gave me so much problems. Gave
you a grandson.
Gave me a grandson, my first grandson.
Go ahead. Don't it feel good to be able to enjoy
and
it?
Be clean.
Ah, yes. I know the feeling. Girl, I didn't even know it was 8:24.
Oh my God.
We're gonna roll till it rolls. Let me tell you this. We're gonna roll till it rolls. I wanna give you some shout outs for some of the people that are watching and supporting us. Miss Rosetta said from the door that she got this because she was looking all shaky and nervous. She ain't nervous now, is she, Miss Rosetta? She rolling. I told her it's going to happen because the truth is going to set you free. The truth is going to give you, I say getting high, you know what I mean? Because it gets me lit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I get excited, emotional, the whole 9 yards. And that's exactly what she's doing as well. You know what I mean? So she's flowing with that story because you already surrendered. Yes. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you're soldiering.
Yes.
You know? Patrice said hello to us, Sharon, when she first came on. Francis gave us hearts. Tyrone Rick said, let's go, Sharon, you got this. Teresa Grassi, she was speaking for us. Sophia said, bless you.
She'll only do it.
Yes,
he will.
Alim Abdullah said, hello. Sophia English again says, so real and true. You know, your story, you know what I'm saying? The things that you were saying, you know, she has a lot of, education on this as well. You know, because some people just have people through family, like you was a daughter, you know what I mean? They may have an aunt or an uncle or a mom or a dad, you know what I mean? Sophia, I really don't know what TGBTG is. Now, you know I don't know all these things, okay? But she said TGBTG for Sharon. You're such a strong and courageous, blessed woman.
Thank you.
Kim Strand said, you remember what Kim Strand said?
Who's Kim?
Kim was
my God. She said, my God.
She was saying, wow. Some people can't believe these stories and stuff. You know what I mean? It's shocking.
It's true.
Trees was like, this is so powerful. Sophia again said, Sharon, you be encouraged and keep on going. You're strong. Hey, Sharita. Sharita said, I'm late, but I'm watching, ladies. Tracy Dale. William, she said, thank God for his grace and mercy and favors over your life.
Yes.
Tracy Townsend said, may Allah grant you ease
in this life and the next.
In this life and the next. What's that? I mean, yeah. Gilda said, to God be the glory. Hey, Gilda, anyway. Hey, Marquise, that's Marquise at the job. Bernier Bradshaw said, praying for you, for your strength, sis. Stacy Love said, Jesus. She was getting into it. Stacy get real into it.
It's horrible. Addiction is horrible. It's mean.
Marta Kaufman said, hey. Letty said, hey. Patrice was getting off.
Yeah,
her grace and mercy. Thanks for sharing. And this is Rabia Ahmed. She's one of my girlfriends too. She's Muslim as well.
Yes, he did. And I thank him every day for it.
Absolutely.
And so, and with that, I mean, there was a period of time that my son had got shot. The one that's
that just gave you grandson.
Yeah, and then and I knew that there was I never had a miracle moment in my life or experienced a miracle, but I knew that something happened the day I went out and I told Allah, I said, I know something's going to happen to my son. And I was clean, thank God. And I said, I said, something's going to happen to my son. I said, I'll take care of him any way you bring him back, but not in a body bag. And he got shot 12 times and not one vital organ hit. So I knew then with me being clean and him saving my son's life, if God don't do nothing else for me, he's done enough.
Let me tell you something. my son got shot 7 times.
Mm-hmm.
4 bullets went through me,
Mm-hmm.
and I lost my son.
Well,
You know,
sorry.
it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of touching me a little bit,
Yeah.
because when I see people, and I don't want to say that I'm selfish,
Mm-hmm.
because I can't question God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? What happened is what happened,
Mm-hmm.
because, you know, he put himself out there like
Mm-hmm.
that. Same with my life. I had to look at it as, you know, I became a junkie because I put myself out there like that. You know, but the pain from it, you don't want to feel it.
No.
So I you know, that is one of the biggest love,
Mm-hmm.
and what is the word that I'm looking for? Reward.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That you can possibly get, because the pain from it, I'm gonna tell you.
I can't imagine.
I'm not even gonna get on it
I
because I feel
understand.
myself getting a little worked up from it. You know what I
Miss
mean? But
Tracy,
when I
thank
hear
you for
that,
having I really do thank you for having me.
absolutely.
Miss Tracy, I came into Miss Tracy's house. I said, Miss Tracy, is this what recovery looks like? Because she has a beautiful home.
Thank you.
She has
Thank
a beautiful
you.
home.
Thank you.
And I'm
Alhamdulillah,
honored.
you have a lot of Muslims that's
people
on
saying-
here saying a lot for you too.
You are
Teresa
helping a lot.
Grassi said you are helping a lot of people just listening to you tell your story. Kim Strand said again, this is powerful, sweetie. Thank you, and thank you, Tracy. Patrice said, awesome testimony, and I'm glad that you can be on the couch, my friend. You're helping others to get back up. Absolutely, Tracy, she definitely is. She said, if sharing your truth, this is from Tracy Dale Williams, if sharing your truth can save just one person, then your living will not be in vain. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Tracy Dale, I kind of want you on this couch too. Okay? I want you on this couch too. You know, there's a lot of folks in here that's that is thanking you. Erica said, very powerful. Keep your head up high. Letty says, she is not. I appreciate you, ladies.
What did I want to say? Thanks for what did back down?
Go ahead.
Shit. Oh, your private conversations. Oh,
That's what Tree, yeah.
Thanks for all your private conversations. Yeah.
Kim Strand said, absolutely beautiful story from a beautiful lady. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Miss Rosetta said, absolutely powerful. I thank y'all. We thank y'all because this is Natasha. Hey, niece. Natasha said, congratulations. Marquis said, congratulations. Chrissy Swigert gave us prayers, you know. You know what? You guys are such an awesome family, you know, to living in my truth, you know, and I'm grateful for that. And I know my guest is always grateful as well. You know, we're being heard, you know what I mean? And we're bringing more and more people in who wants to listen.
Wants to listen.
Right. You know what I mean? Because that's something that you have to want to do with this.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know, some people say, man, they on there telling all their business. No, we helping people save themselves. That's what we're doing.
Because let me tell you something, everything that I've been through, I never thought that I would.
Girl, it
I
never
never
was even
thought
in
that
my
I'd get that
agenda.
deep.
I wanted to be a daggone nurse.
Right, because I seen it outside of there.
You hear what I'm saying? I wanted to be a nurse. Oh, y'all, and Sharon is now a registered nurse.
No. Patient care technician.
Oh, patient care technician. I thought you was a registered nurse.
But
I told Jeff enough you was a registered
No, but I make nurse money. That's for true. And that's
You
if
said
God
you making that
has
money?
yes.
I thought
God
you
has
was a
blessed me.
nurse. Yeah, I told
Nope.
Jeff, and I'm Jeff. I got it wrong.
No. A CNA and a patient care tech.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you was a nurse. Yeah. But anyway, you know, it's a blessing.
It's a blessing.
It's a blessing.
It is, and I thank
know?
you again and I'm honored to be here to sit on the couch. And like I said, I hope it reaches somebody that might be suffering or struggling, if you will.
Hey, daughter, Danica.
If he can do it for me, he did it for you, and I know that he can continue to do it for people.
Absolutely.
And I know it works if you work it.
Absolutely.
I know if nothing changes, nothing changes.
Trees, don't be laughing. Trees laughing at me. She always gets stuck. I get names and some stuff.
Yeah, no, not a nurse. I've been being nursed.
You know. But y'all, I see we went. This was an awesome live tonight. This was very educational, heartwarming, heartfelt. You know,
Yes,
some crying, some
yes,
laughing, but you know
happy
what?
tears, though. Happy tears.
Joyful
Joyful
tears. Are they joyful?
Joyful tears.
Happy tears. These tears don't hurt. These tears feel beautiful. You know, they feel great. You know what I mean? I am so glad and so happy that you came on. Show me love. You know what I'm saying? Show me love.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And this is not the last time. It's not the last time we'll hear from it because we got so much in our story.
Yeah.
You know, this thing can go on and on and on to the break of dawn. I'm telling y'all. Yes, indeed. That's a lot happened in that time. You know, but as we share what we feel in our hearts for the moment. You know what I mean? Thanks, Marquise, for the star. I appreciate you. Lynette, hey Lynette. Remember Miss Lynette was the nurse?
Yes.
That's Lynette.
Yes.
She's
She gets your cocktail together.
There it is.
She gets your cocktail together. Yes.
She's bigger now. She's big in there now.
Nice.
But,
Nice.
Hey Lynette, just letting you know I see you, honey, and thank you for coming on. You know, and these are some of the people that's just always on. And believe me, it's a whole lot more that's watching. You know what I mean? Sometimes they just don't share, but they're here to listen. You know what I mean? And they're hearing it.
Right.
You know, and now hopefully, you know, with a lot of the families that don't understand it, this is one of another reason why we have this. You know, can see. You know, and some have lost their loved ones and didn't know all this.
Right.
You know, didn't know that all these type of things happen and that we're still alive. We're just walking dead.
Right.
Basically. You know, from a disease that's cunning, baffling, and powerful that we know nothing of. Because it takes everything from us, starting with emotions first. That's how it did me.
Yes.
Then it took my thinking. Then it took my thinking. And, hey, Q. And once it took my thinking, it was over. It was out of control. It was like living in a black hole.
My nephew, I'm not going to get into it, but my nephew died from 28 years old from the direct results.
It's a killer. It's a killer. Cunning, baffling, and powerful. Cunning, baffling, and powerful. But y'all, we're going to go. We done held you, and I appreciate y'all. Let's give Sharon some hearts. Push that heart button. Let's give her some hearts and show her love that we appreciate her. You know, appreciate her story, you know, and from coming all the way from Frankfurt to Newark, Delaware, to share her strength and hopes. You know what I mean?
I would have been closer if I was home, but I was doing a private duty case, and she was in Frankfurt. I said, "Oh, that's okay. No, you're far out."
That's okay.
I'm
a little ways.
Thanks for having me, Tracy.
Look, we got to be saying it like that.
She on the boondocks. Thank you.
Let's give her some love, y'all. Show her some love. And, you know, we'll get her back again. Again, she's another one added on to the red carpet for the first year anniversary of Living in My Truth. You know what I'm saying? Because this is going to be a red carpet for y'all. You know what I'm saying? For every one of you that shared on this live. This is going to be an awesome, awesome event. It's going to be my appreciation to you, you know, for helping me do what I'm doing right now. You know, so thank everybody. Thank everybody. Here's some hearts from me to you. I appreciate everybody coming on. I hope I shouted out enough names. Hey, son. My son, Tamir, my baby boy. Hey, son. And Thea. Hey, Thea. See, every time I'm getting ready to go off, you'll be pushing them hearts and you know, coming on.
And we already an hour in, you said?
Hey, look, we're an hour and almost an hour and a half. We was getting it in, girl. Your story was so awesome. You know, I never even paid attention to the time. But it was well worth it. You know, it was very well worth it. I thank y'all. Hey, Norman. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Next week, we got another awesome guest that's coming in and coming on. This thing is only going to get better. It's only going to get better and more educational, you know what I mean, and interested for you guys to help, you know, heal some of the wounds that you have from loved ones and able to help them and know, you know, what we can do for one and can't do for one. But we all can pray. We all can pray and ask our higher powers for the strength and hopes for them. You know, so again, you guys know my favorite prayer is serenity prayer for me. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you, y'all. I see you next Wednesday with another awesome episode of Tracy Allen, Living in My Truth.